Watching people mow the lawn or weed the gardens on a hot summer day has become so normal to us that we don't give it a single thought whenever we pass them by. It's so normal that we never think, hey, that looks so boring. I get tired doing that so fast. The introvert mind wonders about how annoying mowing the lawn or gardening can be. But I want to tell you why doing this simple thing can be a good thing for introverts, whether you live alone or with other people. It looks tiring and useless, but it has this unique power of helping us to clear our mind and find calm. The more we begin to do it, the more we start to see it as a kind of meditation. It can become an activity where we don't need to think too hard, but we can let our mind wander around and let our worries fade away. The first thing that stops us from doing this is the most obvious of all. It is physical labor. How many of us hate leaving our room just to do one seemingly complicated thing, and even worse, doing it outside in public sight and while sweating? Trust me, it is super annoying, but there are a lot of things that we can discover when we do things outside our comfort zones. Cutting the grass or weeding can make us work up a sweat, but there is something about it, like most things, that help us do it. It can be done alone. An entire lawn or garden can be done by a single person, and while more people can get it done faster, doing it alone can bring us to a state of tranquility and isolation. As introverts, we normally do things alone and prefer to interact with people on the internet or text. That's because we prefer to keep our peace and quiet to ourselves while the whole world is busy being loud and butting their noses in everybody else's business. When you mow the lawn or cut the grass alone, your outlook is focused on only one thing, which is where the tall grass is growing. Having a singular focused goal shuts out every irrelevant thought in your head, and as you walk over the grass while a lawnmower handle vibrates in your hand, you feel strangely at peace because we are only worried about one thing, and that's cutting the grass. Once you have finished mowing or cutting the lawn, you will look back at your lawn and remember how ugly it looked before. Now it looks clean and even, and you feel a sense of accomplishment no matter how small it may feel to you. It's different to having to wash the dishes or vacuuming the floor inside the house, because you are inside your safe space. But accomplishing your goal outside your house in a public space where people may witness your actions feels more complicated, because you are at risk of being judged or being perceived differently. You have set foot into the world and you are doing something for yourself, whether it's keeping your lawn looking good or just exercising for calorie loss. Accomplishing your goal outside of your safe space or safe zone always feels much different because we are doing something that requires risk. And for us introverts, that is leaving the comfort of our bed and our home inside the internet or our universe inside the novels we are reading, and sacrificing that peace for a different kind of peace that is more in tune with nature. One thing about gardening or cutting the grass is that the pace is decided by us. We can take however long we like. We can go as fast as we want or need to, and nobody else had to be bothered because we are doing this on our own terms. Yes, it is physical work, but you will find that the exhaustion we find ourselves in is gentle, that even the laziest of us could find enjoyment in such a trivial task. Some of you may live in tight neighborhoods where many eyes could watch you, or near a busy road with passing cars, or not have the tools because of financial difficulty, or because of the difficulty of entering a store to buy the equipment. And I'm telling you, it's okay. There are other ways to experience that same peace and comfort. You could order online a small indoor plant or start making a garden in your balcony if you have one. You can borrow tools from your neighbor if you feel they are kind enough to lend you some. Gardening and mowing the lawn can be about having the time to charge your batteries while doing simple, independent tasks outside of safe spaces and at our own pace. It helps us tune out the noise in the world and makes us focus on something meaningful and rewarding. You don't even need to have a big lawn or garden. It can be as small as it is, or as small as that little pot of plant you might one day grow. The goal is just to connect, recharge, and enjoy a little peace on our own terms, even if that means sacrificing a little bit of our time and effort.